because Senator Durbin has a commitment for the memorial service, I'm going to recognize him first.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the witnesses who have joined us today. I guess my opening question is not going to be specific to any area of innovation, but just very generic. If you ask the Department of Defense in previous administrations, and I'll bet in this one as well, who are our hard targets? Who are our major adversaries in the world? They would usually report four pretty obvious ones: China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. And then if you'd ask a follow-up question, how much do each of these major adversaries spend in their annual budget for their military? You would find numbers that range from very small to still very modest in comparison to the United States. And the reason I raise this question regularly is we spend more than all of the other nations in the world on defense and security, and we certainly want to be safe as a nation. But it's our job here in this committee to ask a question: are we getting our money's worth out of this? And when it comes to innovation, I noticed, Ms. McQuiston, in your statement, as well as the statement by Dr. Tompkins, there was reference to competition with adversaries. You would think, when you consider the hundreds of billions of dollars that we spend each year, that that would hardly ever be the case. It's like a high school team regularly beating the New York Yankees. You just don't expect that to happen when you compare the resources that are being dedicated. Can you put innovation in that context and ask whether or not our investment in innovation gives us a natural lead, an acquired lead in this competition that the budget figures belie?
I will take that answer. We're very lucky. We just started the Innovation Steering Group under Deputy Secretary Hicks. And what we're doing in innovation is looking across the DoD as transforming a lot of the processes in order to be better adapters of technology and to more efficiently and rapidly modernize. Our services have the burden sometimes of having the legacy city systems and the newer technologies and disruptive technologies coming on board. We're moving modernization ahead, but we can always do it better and more innovatively. When I think of innovation, I think of two things: efficiency and effectiveness. So efficiency is doing things right, and effectiveness is doing the right thing. So with the range of new technologies that can be adopted at a greater speed for us, I believe that we can come up to par and actually exceed the market and our competitors.
So I've read some histories of DARPA, Pentagon's brain, and books like that. Very impressive. And I noticed that time and again, there was disruptive thinking and planning, and some of it fell flat on its face, but that's to be expected. So I guess my question is, as we fund things already discovered with massive amounts of taxpayers' dollars, how do you combat the fighting the last war syndrome, an establishment syndrome that says we've got to keep doing more of what we've done before? And how do you get into asymmetrical thinking in an establishment as large as the Department of Defense?
The Disruptive Innovation Unit that we have under Research and Engineering has that mission entirely, because they're working with the National Security Innovation Network, the National Security Capital, and bringing in market innovations and commercialized technologies. With the activities to date, they have 189 companies now on contract. 75% are small business, 32% are first-time vendors, and 10% have already transitioned into military use. And that's the key, to be flexible and to work at speed, at commercial speed, in order to integrate the technology rapidly into the service. At the same time, we need to understand what the disruptive technology can mean for our advantage and also for the needs within the military. So wargaming and putting together exercises and demonstration to show what could be capable. As DARPA can show you, a lot of times we put the needs and the requirements forward, but oftentimes the newer technology is a capability that no one even conceived would have been possible. So it's the merging of the future with the needs of today that actually will keep technology in the leading edge and keep us competitive with the national security and the economic security of our country.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.